Welcome to the monogram. My name is Shikesh Kaljapar,
My name is Susan Wong.
And my name is Risco Paul.
and our project consists um, of a chat system including secure messaging and a snake game integrated in GUI.
So, our main motivations to create this project were to improve user experience through security, aesthetics, accessibility, and entertainment. So, our chat system includes a login page as well as encrypted messaging to ensure users' privacy through messaging in the chat system. The aesthetics and the accessibility are implemented through the light and dark modes, with the light mode providing more contrast for users with color sensitivity, and also UI scaling to make the text larger or smaller for those with vision sensitivity. And the chat system also contains a game feature in which users can play when no other user is online, or if they simply just want to play a game. There's also a music feature to have some background music to improve the user experience. So, to give a brief overview before the actual demo, our security features include encrypted messaging and login features. And some of the fun features include the light and dark modes, the music mode, and the game mode.
Today I'm going to present you Monogram, our messenger app, and the way you start it, it's not from chat.py. You go straight to chat server. You go here, and if we look at the code, we didn't change much here. Like we left it pretty much the same as the professor gave us. So the way you start the server, it is the first thing you do. You go like to the terminal and write Python 3 chat server.py. Starting server, so it already started. So to finally use our application, you have to come here to chat.py, and the logic from this folder, from this file, it is already explained in our presentations that you saw before. But now we have to just execute the code. So it is a user number 1. Let's see it. So when we start the program, the first thing we see is homepage. It says, "Nihao, welcome to Monogram." On the left side, you see login. On the right side, login frame. On the right side, you see a funny cat. So login frame gives us the opportunity to log in and to sign up if you don't have an account. So let's imagine that we don't have an account. So we go to sign up page. And here we have sign up page. So let's say that my name is Royce, and my password is 123. And if we write here 1, the program will tell us that passwords do not match. If we do 112, it does not match again. So we have to do 123. So Royce 123. Ready? You have successfully signed up. So after successfully signing up, we're back again on our home page. So let's say that it is Royce 1. Start chatting, and as we know, our password is 123, but here we wrote 1 and we got an error, wrong password. Okay, if we write, for example, not Royce, but for example, Alibi 1, and start chatting, we don't have a user like Alibi in our database. That's why we have a pop-up that says, "Do you want to sign up?" Because we don't have Alibi in our database. So if we say yes, so we're back again on this window. But we don't need it. I just want to show you how it works. So back again to Royce, 123, start chatting, and welcome to the chat system. When we press OK, we see our GUI. We see our interface, and starting from the very left bar, it is our sidebar, we see the name of our application, Monogram, and it greets our user. In our case, it is "Hello, Royce." And on the sidebar, we also see other kind of first functionalities that you will need. First of all, it is appearance mode. You can set a light mode or dark mode. So let's see what light mode looks like. It looks like this. Some users might like it, but I prefer dark mode. Also, we have system, But system it is like it sees what color is your like interface. In my case, it is like dark, so let's choose dark. And UI scaling it is the second functionality on our sidebar, and like you can do 80, so our problem will look like this. You can do like 110, it will look like this. So I prefer to use like 90, but let's for the recording let's do it 100 as like as a default feature. So the next column that we have, it is like this one, online users, music on off is snake game. We're not going here because to show you how it works, we have to connect the second user. I'll do it a little bit later. First, let me show you music on and off. I don't know if you will hear it in the recording, but these buttons work. Let's see it. Music and music off. So I hope you heard it in the recording. I heard it, it was loud as hell. The next one is snake game. So first of all, let's look at the scoreboard. On our scoreboard, I played a little bit before. We have like 3 users, Susan, Dido, and Shakir. So it is ranking from the highest to the lowest score. And let's break the record. As you can see, the biggest record is Susan. It is 4. Let's break her record. So as you can see, snake game is like a completely simple game. It is the goal of the game is just to eat the food, and for each eaten food you get 1 point. And the way you lose in this game, it is if you go over the borders. So let's look how it looks like. Boom, game over. We got 7 points. So now let's close the game and see on the scoreboard. And now Royce is number 1 place. He has 7 points. So I showed you how this works. Now let me show you how chatting actually works. In order to show that, I have to connect one more user. So we do it like this, Python 3 chat.py. And let's connect, no, the existing user that we have is Shake. The password is 1. Log in. So we're already here. So in order to find users to talk to, we have to press the button online users. And Shake sees Royce as an online user. We want to connect to him, we're connected. Royce can see that we're connected to Shake. So Royce wants to write Ni hao. And Shake gets a message, Ni hao, and it is written, it is a secured message. What does it mean? It means that on the server side, the server does not see the messages we write because it is encrypted. It is encryption. So here we wrote Ni hao just to show you like what the message is. And like it is encrypted, it is how the server sees it. So let's like, Shakir writes like, how you doing? How you doing? Royce gets a message, how you doing? And it is also secured, you see? So encryption works fine. And Royce is like, fine. And Shakir doesn't want to write to him anymore. And he's like, I want to disconnect. He's disconnected from Royce. Royce sees a message, bye. And if Royce wants to write something like, where you at? Like, Shakir doesn't see the message because he's already disconnected. So this is how it works. And the next one is this functionality. We have send, clear, and quit. Clear is about like, for example, if we write like Ni hao multiple times, we want to clear the text box. We just like click this one and we're done. And the last one is quit button. It's like pretty simple. We just quit the program and that's all. So this is what like terminal looks like. Thanks for listening.
Okay, in this section we'll be talking about the GUI and chat system, starting with the login and sign up. So the user can put in their username and password, and if it's not already in the system, then it'll lead the user to the sign up function, which they can register their username, password, and then confirm their password, to which they'll be led back to the login function and log in their name and be able to enter the server. So now with the GUI settings, the user is able to change the appearance of the server. So then they can choose either between light or dark, or if they have a preset for their system, they can set it to whichever they want. And with the UI scaling, say they want they want it to be smaller or bigger, they can change it to be, instead of 100%, maybe they want it bigger, so it's 120, 110, or if they want it smaller, it could be 90 or 80%. Now with the music, let's say it's too quiet, maybe they want some music, they can easily turn it on or off with the press of a button. And in this section, we'll be talking about the secure messaging. Starting with encryption. Encryption is the process of converting plain text, ordinary readable data, into ciphertext or unreadable data using an algorithm and a cryptographic key. Now, this process ensures that unauthorized individuals cannot access or understand the original data without the appropriate decryption key. So, as you can see here, we have the start of the encryption process, which is the encryption function, and then we have the functions GCD, quick pow, find multiplicative inverse, is prime, generate prime list, and generate key, so then we can create the private key for the recipient, and then it gets decrypted with the decrypted function for the recipient to actually see.
So now we're going to move on to discuss online gaming. So for this, we use the original code provided for the Snake game, but we're actually recording the score into the score.txt file. So it's easier to access the score for the scoreboard, which I will discuss. So for the scoreboard, we actually have the information from before, and it's loaded into the scoreboard.pickle file. And this allows us to create a scoreboard so users can see how they rank compared to other users in the system. So now we'll move on to the analysis. So for our organization and defined classes, we used all the provided files. The ones that we added were the chat.py, which is for the GUI, and then snake.py, which is for the game, and encrypt.py, which is for the encryption. And then in our chat.py file, we have the chatbox class and the app class, with the chatbox class basically having everything for the chat system, and then the app having everything for the login and the sign up. And then for the gaming portion, in the snake.py file, we have the snake and the food class. And then for the already provided ones, we have the server, group, and client. So lastly, for room for improvement, we would like to include a profile customization, which has a bio or like a profile picture, possibly allow users to change passwords, and also a multi-factor authentication. And also we could include multiple players playing in a single game, and also more game options like tic-tac-toe and emojis.
So thank you for your attention. Boom.